Mahmood, and I'm playing Hakuoki, Demon of the Fleeting Blossom for PSP on RetroArch. Hope you enjoy. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working. I have to get a different version.
遥か空に手伸ばして何がつかめるのだろうか切な乱れるしじまの時を咲く白き刃風のように遠く離れたあの人へ叫びをあげても届かなくてたとえ悲しみがまとってもあなたの背中を追う闇の彼方まで時の流れにも抗うのなら散りゆく桜に鼓動は飲まれる震い続けた命の狭間で行き着く場所も知らずに駆け抜けてく
Where was I? Preparation for the raid began immediately. Within moments, the compound was a vehicle of activity, with soldiers and officers running back and forth. The circle message, the message of the The tension was thick enough to cut with a dull knife, and I found it affecting me, despite my best efforts. My encounter at Matsu's had created new problems for them, and I hope I might be able to help out to make up for it, but I was supposed to help prepare for Ray. There was nothing for me to do but sit in my room, so I felt terrible and useless for doing it. Still, I told myself, best to avoid getting in anyone's way. As I sat there, doing my best to think of something anything else, I heard a voice nearby.
動ける大使が足りていない。近藤さんの隊は10名で動くそうだ。
We don't have enough men. Kondo had only 10 soldiers ready to fight.
俺ら土方さんの隊は24人だったが大使の半分が腹痛って笑えないよな
Yukata and I have 24 apiece, right? Half our guys are out with stomach aches. Not exactly a laughing matter. Yes, I do. That didn't seem to be keeping Harada from laughing though. If I was correct, Kondo would be taking his men to the Irada Inn, and Hijikata would be taking his to the Shiguku Inn. Hello, Nyotango, welcome.
そういえばあいつらは使わないの夜の任務だしうってつけだと
Do you think we'll bring him along on this one? It is a night mission. It'll be perfect. Damn.
お前 前らが減らしたけど、まだ何人か残ってるはずだ。
You lost a couple the other day, but there should still be a few left, right?
しばらく実戦から遠ざけるらしい。調整に手間取っているという。
I heard they won't be seeing combat for a while. They're having a difficulty adjusting.
血に触れるたび、俺たちの指示も聞かずに狂われてはたまらない。
They stop listening to orders as soon as they see blood. It is inconvenient. I swore I heard something about reaction to blood before. No, it was something I was supposed to hear. They did not realize I was there. If they didn't, I could hardly announce my presence after what I heard.
奴らも浮かばれねえな。戦うために選んだ道だろう。
They gotta be spinning their graves. They didn't choose to do this so they could fight. Welcome back, Veronica.
浮かばれないという表現は死んだものに対して使うものだろう。
You only say that after someone's actually dead.
ああ、別に死んでねえよな。むしろめったなことじゃ死なねえし。
Yeah, you're right. They really aren't really dead, are they? In fact, they're even harder to kill now. Yeah, there's no doubt I was hearing something that was not meant for me. I shoved my fingers into my ears and closed my eyes tight. The best I could do was make sure I didn't hear anything more.
ん雪村君、こんなところで何をしているのかね
What are you doing here, Yukimura? My eyes flew open to see Kondo standing in front of me. I couldn't just sit there. I told him the truth about how I felt so useless and left my room to find some way to help.
なるほどな。君の気持ちはよくわかる。打ち入り前でみんなも高揚しているしな。
Oh, of course, I see. I know how you feel. The men are pretty excited, aren't they? Yes. Excited? I would have said bloodthirsty.
どうかい君も一緒に来るか
Would you care to join us? What? I don't think they're talking about the same thing. That's not what I expected him to say. You mean go on a raid with you? I don't know what I
伝
could.
令役になってもらえるとありがたいんだが、もちろん君に無理はさせん。
Well, we could generally use a messenger, but if you'd rather not, there's no need to feel obligated. Of course, the chief was only talking 10 soldiers. Alright, if I'll just be a messenger. His face split into a grin, and that was how I found myself on the way to the Ikeda Inn to accompany the Shinsengumi on their raid. Wait, we're taking the MC to a dangerous place. Are they serious? Well, what could go wrong, right? Hour of the dog. After we arrived at Ikeda, I was sent off on several short errands nearby. I returned to hear Nagakura taken to Okita.
こっちであったまさか長州藩邸のすぐ裏で会話とはな。
Well, looks like we hit the jackpot on this one. Not sure if they're great or stupid for meeting right next to a government building.
僕は最初からこっちだと思ってたけど、奴らは今までも頻繁に池田屋を使ったし。
I knew they'd be here. After all, they always meet at Ikeda before.
だからってフルタクが捕まった場合にわざわざ普段と同じ場所で集まるかい？
Oh, sure, but the night for the Tata gets arrested, they just seem sloppy to me.
不正の場所を変えるんだろ常識的に考えたら。
I mean, why not somewhere else? Any normal person would worry someone was onto them.
じゃあ、奴らには常識がなかったんだね。実際こうして池田屋で会合してるわけだし。
Well, obviously they're somewhat less than normal after all. They are meeting at the Ikeda Inn, aren't they? But for the subject of matter, it could have been any conversation between Nagakura and Okita. Perhaps the Shoso were trying to trick the Shinsengugi. Certainly wouldn't have known. Whatever the reason for their behavior, however, it didn't mean to have Nagakura or Okita particularly worried. Keisuke noticed me as I approached and jogged over.
どうだった？会津藩とか諸次第の役人まだ来てなかった？
So how'd it go? Did you see anyone from Aizu or Judiciary Commissioner? Well, to be honest, I didn't really see much of anyone nearby. He frowned and grunted unhappily to himself.
俺頃にはとっくに連絡してたってのに。
So they still haven't made their move. Well, told them even before I started to get dark.
落ち着けよ平助。
Settle down, Keisuke. The larger man smacked Keisuke playfully on the shoulder with a bark of laughter.
あんな奴ら役に立たないんだから来ても来なくても一緒だろ。
Besides, it's not like they'll do us any good if they did show up. If it's gonna happen, we gotta do it ourselves.
だけどさ、新八さん、俺らだけで突入とか無謀だと思わねえの？
Yeah, I guess this is our own little reckless. These words must have been said to someone because we decided to wait for reinforcements. We waited for quite some time, but they never appeared. They looked up at the sky. The moon had moved a good part of its way across the sky since we arrived at the Ikeda Inn.
さすがにこれはちょっと遅すぎる。
It's getting pretty late.
近藤さん、どうします？これでミスミス逃しちゃったら無様ですよ。
What do you want to do, Kondo-san? It'd be pretty lame if we just sat here all night and did nothing. The streets have been quiet for the last several hours, but when Okita spoke, he stood up and laid his hand on my shoulder.
雪村君、少し池田屋から離れていてくれ。
Yukimura, can you stay away from the Ikeda Inn?
ここは危険だ。老子が降りてくるかもしれない。
Things are going to get
逃が
dangerous.
すつもりはないんだ。
The place is full of rebel soldiers. We don't intend to allow them to escape. But better safe than sorry. He stood up, gave me a smile, and ran into the inn.
会津中将をわずかに浪したい新選組戦議のため宿内を改める
We were the Shinsengumi, retainers of the Lieutenant General of the Aizu domain. By imperial decree, we are all under arrest. The words were scarcely out of his mouth when a cacophony of yells and screams erupted out of the inn.
わざわざ大声で討ち入りを知らせちゃうとかすごく近藤さんらしいよね。
Giving the enemy a good loud warning. That is about to kick the tar out of them. That's Kondo for you. Hira gave a bark of laughter as he made his way toward the inn.
いいんじゃねえの正々堂々名乗りを上げるそれが討ち入りの定石ってもんだ
It seems like a good turn away. It's polite to let them know what they're up against.
自分をわざわざ不利な状況に追い込むのが新八さんの言う定石
Oh, so the definition of good form is putting us at a disadvantage. Hisuke and Nagakura grinned at one another as they two sauntered toward the inn.
御用改めでや手向かいすれば容赦なく切り捨てる
We are with the authority of the government. The state and you will show no mercy. Then the battle began, in earnest. The yells of men and the clang of swords filled the air, droning out through the doors and windows of the inn. I could hear feet pound upstairs, the screams of men dying, the wet thud of bodies dropping to the floor. It must be the blood gushing out of them. Oh my goodness. Damn it, there's too many of them. We need backup. Is there anyone still out there? Well, there is someone, but... Oh no, I'm going into battle. I know, right? All the men who come up with the captains have run around to go in the back, and couldn't hear Nagakura, even if they could have. I heard sounds of battle coming from the back of the inn as well. Oh my god, all my allies are a bunch of cowards. No wonder they're struggling. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? The only person left to go help them was me. No, really? What about all the ones that ran towards the back? How about convincing them to go? But even if I did, what could I do? You could go convince the ones who became cowards to be brave. You could tell them, I'll go out with you if you go and fight. You're a girl. Use your head at Chizuru. Why go into battle when they're still soldiers? We're just being cowards. That was when I heard Kondo.
大丈夫か掃除
Toei, are you alright? Then Nagakura called out from a different part of the inn.
くそ死ぬなよ平助
Damn it, Heisuke, don't die on me. Oh my goodness, I already lost one of the husbands. Oh no! Oh no! I had no desire to go into the building full of men trying their best to kill one another. Even if I did, I had no illusions about my skill with a blade. I was sure to be killed before I even tried. As I said before, you mentioned there's still soldiers in the back. They just ran away. Go chase one of them back. That would be the best call here, I'm assuming. I could hardly sit by and do nothing. Perhaps if I couldn't fight, I could rescue the wounded, find them and carry them out of the inn. That's also an acceptable option, but that's way too reckless. Again, you mentioned there are soldiers running there. How about going to fetch one of them? Why go in there alone? My mind is made up. I settled myself and ran inside. Oh no, rest in peace, Yisuru. Inside was pitch black. The smell of flesh blood hit me in the stomach like a fist. The air reeked of it. Well, a bunch of DJs died. May they rest in peace. There were dark lumps on the floor. Everywhere the bodies of fallen men. Where were Okita and Keisuke? It had sounded like a good idea at the time, but as I looked around the Chamu house, I realized that there was no way I could possibly carry two men outside. Not even one. Well, as I said before, it would have been better to go look for the ones that were not wounded and convince them to help you, but it's kind of too late for that now. I have to choose. Go for Kita or go for Keisuke. Let's try the series. Who do you want me to go look for? I accidentally with you. How about anyone else? Go now or forever hold your peace. Going once, going twice. Okay. Have to go look for Keisuke. He was always looking after me, so it was time I returned the favor. Was he though? I look around the inn. What? Out of the darkness, a Ronin appeared. He sword at the ready and headed straight for me. Ah! As his sword swept down, another intercepted itself between us. Nagakura's blade.
お前の相手は俺なんだよ。勝手に目移りしてるんじゃねえ。
You're fighting me, pal. You don't get to run unless I say you can. The samurai yell ended in a wet gurgle, as Nagakura's sword drove itself deep into his man's stomach. Blood exploded out of the body. Oh my. I felt my gorge suddenly rise. Blood was still too much for me.
こんなとこに呼んじまってすまねえな。奥に平助がいる。行ってやってくれるか。
First watch with this right now. But Heisuke is in the back. Will you go get him? I opened my mouth to respond, but Natakura, you can! His left hand was drenched in bright crimson blood. It looked as if a good portion of it was simply gone. Oh my, he hope he doesn't die. It looks awful. Nagakura glanced down at me and laughed.
いつの間にやられたんか。痛くねえから大丈夫だ。そんな顔するな。
Ah, that. Didn't even know I had it. I'm fine, alright? Doesn't even hurt, so stop making that face. But
この先には誰も行かせねえから、平助の面倒を見てやってくれ。頼んだ。
nobody didn't pass me, so you go take care of Heisuke. Alright? I'm counting on you. With that, he turned around and brought his blade out to meet that of the other Ronin. Hello, Ronin, welcome. Alton was here? Oh. With that, he turned around and brought his blade up to meet that of the other Ronin. I was worried about Nagakura, but I knew standing around wasn't going to help him. Keisuke, on the other hand, and turned around up through the battlefield. Ikeda Inn had become. It wasn't long before I saw him. Keisuke. Sure hurts! Oh my, look at that. It's really a mess. He blinked and looked around, almost as he couldn't see me. Perhaps it was all the blood running into his eye from the wound of his forehead. Well, yeah, there's a lot of it in his left eye. And if he's like me, he might have stigmatism in one eye. I have stigmatism in the right eye too. If I was in that condition, I would probably be all blind.
バカお前なんで来たんだよ
Yuzuru? God damn it, what the hell are you doing here? I could see his chest heaving, as if breath was an effort for him. What do you mean? I'm here because I was worried about you. I I thought maybe I could help.
バカ危ないじゃん俺の心配とかしてる場合じゃないし
Well, you can. This is dangerous. And that was stupid. This is not a good time to be worried about me. Maybe, but that's a serious injury.
別に大したことないしこんなの唾でもつけときゃ治るっつの
It's nothing. I'll just walk it off. I feel better already. As he spoke, he turned around. His sword held in a ready position, prepared to defend me. But he was so weak I could see that he only kept his grip on it with great effort. The running across from us, on the other hand, was as silent and calm as a great statue. Wait! There was something. Something didn't seem right. Suddenly I realized what it was. The Ronin had no sword. Wait, if he has no sword, how is the other biscuit bleeding? I didn't have time to try and figure out what that man mean, so I had to. Would I stop Fiske or help him? Okay, let's see what happens. We got to do something about the running. With grim determination, I laid my hand on the hilt. At my sword, he saw me move, and his eyes went wide. I'll fight too then. I might not be able to help much, but I can watch your back. He looked stunned for a second, and then his mouth split in a grin. What happened to all the blood? He was bleeding earlier.
俺の見えない無理無理お前には5年くらい早いって
God, they're supposed to become my eyes or something? Come on, that'll take like 5 years at least. Wasn't really the answer I expected to hear, and I couldn't help but laugh at it. The Ronin looked at us and sighed.
私には戦う理由がない。
I have no reason to fight you. Wait, what? What did he mean?
君たちが退くというのなら、むやみに命を奪うつもりはありません。
If you leave, then I do not intend to take your life. Then is he letting us to go? Concerning the fix we're in, that was quite a favor. Could I believe him?
俺らには理由があるんだっての長州の奴らを見逃すわけには
We can't let you go. Anima will be the choso. It's still wobbled. It's okay. So barely stand.
決めつけは歓迎できませんな。私は長州に組みするものではありません。
You assume too much. I'm not one of the choso.
どうして池田屋なんかに
So why the hell are you here at Ikea? His words were forced, as if looked all of his effort to speak, and the tip of his sword was beginning to shake. He wasn't scared, of course, but his injuries were so great, even the most powerful swordsman was still only a man. The Ronin looked one last time unreadable. Look at us, and then turned around to leave.
待ちやがれ
Get back here, goddammit! I'll be right back. Leave the game on so you can enjoy the music. Very well. Biscuit! You can run after the running, but planted his foot in a pool of flesh blood and crashed to the floor. No, no, he fell down. Damn, damn, this isn't over. There's a way until you're gonna. He made a few more runs and collapsed like a tempted further curses. Then stumbled and collapsed unconscious. Thank you. You need to stop the bleeding. I tore a section of my sleeve and pressed it against his forehead. It looked as though the blow had only torn the skin, although it had gone all the way through his skull. Again, how was he bleeding? He fought an unarmed man. What fighting style was he using? At last, I felt myself relax. We're still in danger, but his wound didn't look fatal. That was when I saw the head guard lying on the floor. Huh? Must have been Heisuke, but it was being cracked cleanly in half by something. Their fight must have been awfully intense. I was starting to feel dizzy from the stench of so much blood, but Heisuke needed my help. I couldn't give up. And then the sun came up. Another day. Mhm. The raid itself had lasted only 2 hours, but for me at least it felt far longer. Right? There had been 20 imperial nationalists at the Ikeda Inn, but the resistance company had killed 7 running and injured 4 more. Only 21 total. And, the 20 that means they injured a civilian. I learned later that up with the help of I2 Domain and the Kyoto Division Commissioner, they had arrested 23 people. 23? Well, did they arrested if there were only 20? Were they arrested civilians as witness? The owner of the Ikeda Inn had also been arrested for trying to help the Shoso rebels escape. Okay, so they are arresting civilians. The Shinsengumi had won an incredible victory, fighting against superior numbers in enemy territory, but they had paid dearly for it. Ogira had taken a blow to the chest and lost consciousness. His head had been caught on the forehead, and the bleeding refused to stop. Nagakura had injured his free hand. One of the Shinsengumi soldiers had lost his life at the rear entrance, and 2 others have been severely injured there as well. Why did they get injured if they were running away? No. It didn't seem likely that they would survive. The Kyoto Military and Judiciary Commissioners, run by the Eisu and Kuwana domain, respectively, had also taught Shoso Ronin. With the successful resolution of the Battle of Ikeda Inn, the Shinsengumi had at last made a name for themselves. It looked as though the peace in Kyoto had been protected. Never could I have imagined what the ultimate result of their victory at the Ikeda Inn would be. August 1864, way before I was born. After the fight at the inn, I was able to leave the compound much more often. I suppose after what I'd done, Ishikata thought I earned a little more trust. I didn't feel like I'd done anything that extraordinary, but I wasn't about to look at give force in the mouth. On this particular day, I was out on patrol with Harada and the 10th Division. Excuse me, Harada. The Shinsengumi is out patrolling day and night, right? But what exactly is it that you do? Most of the men of the Shinsengumi were intimidating. Dead-dealing titans, but Harada was the rare exception. Warm and friendly. Is he though?
まあピンからキリまで大小様々だな。
How is he warm and friendly? Isn't this one of the guys who was teasing about stripping the main character? Welcome back, Karen. I guess we do just about
成
everything.
績切りや追いはぎはもちろん食い逃げも捕まえるし喧嘩も止める。
Obviously, we arrest people who decide they want to test out their sword in the townsfolk. And we go after people who steal or don't pay for their food. Sometimes we break up fights. People who don't pay for their food?
商家を脅して金を奪おうとする奴らも俺ら新選組が取り締まる。
And then there's those drunks who think they make a living learning on the merchants. We take care of all that. It wasn't really the answer I expect. Most of the stuff they did wasn't really as dramatic as I thought. Back I remember how excited they all been when they were preparing for the raid on the Ikeda Inn. Now I understood why. What they done at the inn was good deal more intense than their day-to-day work. A little further down the road, a couple of men in Shinsengumi dudes were up waving at us. Nagakura. Our separate rounds has brought us to the same spot.
親父さんの情報なんか手に入ったか？
Hey there, Shizuru. You find anything about your dad? I shook my head. No, nothing today.
なくらいがすんだって。今日がダメでも明日がある。
Oh, come on, cheer up. It's always tomorrow, right? Yeah, you're right. There was something contagious about his optimism. Well, I can only imagine. People want to be optimistic.
ねえ新八、そっちはどうだ？何か異常でもあったか？
Well, Shinpachi, you find anything exciting?
いや、なんも。けど、やっぱり町人たちの様子が世話しねえな。
No, nothing particular. Well, all the people on the street are acting busy, you know? I hadn't noticed it before, but he was right. Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to move. Harada nodded.
戦火に巻き込まれまいと今日から避難し始めてるってことか。
You think they're worried about getting caught in the middle of the war? What? There wasn't a war, was there?
長州の奴らが今日に集まってきてんだよ。その関係で俺らも警戒強化中ってわけだ。
Oh, you didn't hear. Well, those Shosos bastards are showing up around Kyoto again. That's what we got an extra watches this day.
池田屋の件で長州を怒らせちまった。仲間から犠牲が出れば黙ってられないだろ。
Well, we did give him a bit of a bloody nose at Ikeda. I can't imagine they'll just stand around with some of their guys in the ground. Were the Shoso going to try something again? The Shinsengumi was doing their best to keep order in Kyoto. In fact, they saved the city from the rebellious plans of the Choso once before, with their victory at Ikeda Inn. When even after all they've done, the people of Kyoto look at the Shinsengumi with fear and distrust, and plenty of them still sided with the Choso. How ungrateful. The Shinsengumi were better known now than they had been before at Ikeda, but even so. I told Nagakura as much, but he only laughed.
今日の人間は爆嫌いだから仕方ねって。
Not much we can do about that. Kyoto hates the Shogun.
どちらにせよ、俺たちは俺たちの仕事をする。長州の連中が今日に来ても追い返すだけさ。
Nothing we can do about that anyway. We just do our job. The social attack Kyoto, we drive them back. Simple. They had such a situation and never complained. I had a good deal of respect for Harada and Nagakura.
対長州か。もしかすると近いうちに上から出動命令が出るかもしれねえな。
If they don't do back off soon, we're probably gonna be getting new orders all the way from the top. For the Shinsengumi, the top meant the Aizu domain. Is that serious, huh? Harada laughed and nodded.
そんな機会めったにないだろうな。せっかくだからお前も出てみるか。
Well, chances like this only come around every so often. Who knows when the next one will be? You wanna join us? What? Join? Did he mean for me to join the Shinsengumi and march to war with them? I couldn't imagine joining them would be as simple as saying yes, please. I think that she would just join us like last night, but who knows? Don't tell me she's thinking about it. Don't be reckless, Shizuru. Besides, it seems rather inappropriate for me to ask to participate just so that I might satisfy my curiosity. Don't be curious, Shizuru. Just curiosity kills the cat. Would I perhaps do something like what I've done at Ikeda Inn? Even if I could, I was terribly planning of being anywhere near the battle. On the other hand, the men who've been injured at Ikeda were still out of commission. I'm gonna pick this one because it's nearly time for praise. Ah, hello, Rayson Wonder. Good question. I've been asking that for a while. If I remember correctly, your exact words were, I keep forgetting you stream. But that's okay, you're here now, and that's what matters. Welcome to my Twitch. It's a visual novel called Hakuoki, Fleeting, Demon of the Fleeting Blossom. Check it out here. Okay, you're not hearing me well. But I'm using RetroArch. Well, that's actually the core I'm using for RetroArch. I'll stay behind. The last thing I wanted was to be in the way. Besides, how could I justify participating when I wasn't even a true member of the Shinsengumi? A few days passed. Your medicine is ready. The tray I was carrying held medicine and some hot sake. The medicine was Ishida medicinal powder, which was manufactured by Hidikara's family.
宗司と平介に渡してやってくれ。それから三男さんにも。
Give that to Soji Heisuke, and Sanan while you at it. Sana's eyebrows rose at the mention of his name.
おや、私も飲むんですか。私の傷はもう塞がっていますよ。
Do you really think I need this? My injuries have already healed.
試してみましょうよ、三男さん。この薬って何にでも効くらしいですよ。
Just give it a shot, Sanan. They say that this stuff works on just about anything. Sanan rolled his eyes, but reached over to take his portion of medicine and sake. He had been telling the truth, though. His injuries had healed at least as much as they were going to, but his arms still refused to work properly. It was slowly becoming clear that it would probably never work properly again.
石田三役は熱燗で飲むのが粋だよな。羨ましいぞお前ら。
Man, that is shit follower, hot sake. It is the best. I'm so jealous of you guys. Sounds like this guy wants to get injured.
羨ましいなら飲めばいいじゃん。新八さんだって本当は怪我人だろ。
Then why don't you have some? You're still hurt, aren't you? Nagakura had been injured at the Ikeda Inn, but he recently declared that he was completely healed, despite the fact that his wound still looked rather painful. Nonetheless, he continued his normal training and even went on his rounds every day. I heard that he convinced Hijikata that his wounds weren't as bad as Okida or Keisuke.
しかし東堂君と沖田君が怪我して帰ってくるとかな。
I would never have thought that Todo or Okita would return from the fight uninjured. It's 1:30. I should probably switch the game now.
あれは池田屋が暗かったから、普段の戦いなら遅れを取らないって。
I hope you enjoyed Hakuoki Demon and the Fleeting Blossom for PSP on RetroArch. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, share, continue learning, and check my friends on my future channels. Time to play something else. Now that I have an audience on Twitch, I should probably also do the poll on Twitch. Let me see if I can start a poll here as well. Let's throw a poll on Twitch. Hello, Elshan. Welcome. Meet my friends on Twitch. Those who do not know Eldra's commissions as a blog, it can feature you in Alpha. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to start a poll on Twitch. I'll just look it up. Give me a minute. Okay, I cannot make polls on Twitch yet. So I guess I'll just use the poll on YouTube. And our winner for the last game of the night is Saruhi or Taiko Drum. Let's go. Hello. Welcome back, Nyotengu. We're just in time for the last game of the night. So are all the raiders on Twitch. Thank you so much for the raid again. I rarely get those on Twitch.